Alright, here we are at stage 5 of the Porsche 911 GT3R race day event at Mount Panorama. This should be a fun stage, there should be some fun events here. For this one I'm going to do something interesting because I just found out on the earlier stages that that's a road. You can go full speed on that. So let's forget about this finish in 5th place nonsense. Let's finish in 1st place. 1st is a lot better than 5th. Now I got really bad tires, so I'll do some aggressive cutting and a little bit of skidding, and there we go. I'm already in 2nd place, and I will be catching up to Magnus. I am pretty rough on Magnus, as you have probably found in the past. It can be hard to tolerate some of his constant bantering. Boy, not very much grip on these tires, but not a lot of trouble catching Magnus. Giving him a bit of a rough time. Oh, Magnus got shoved into a wall. That's too bad for Magnus. Alright. There's an area coming up where, well, there's lots of zigzaggy areas, but there's an area where there's a couple of barricades on the left, and I've kind of wanted to see if I can shove him into those and if he'll get stuck. I don't think I can do it this time. Nope, I'm too late for that. Oh, we'll just shove him in here. Ooh, that was a nice one. Okay, well, that's a really nasty way to take 1st place. Now, I'm still working on my Mount Panorama driving skills. Having trouble in a couple of spots on that top of the hill section there with all of the walls. It's really fun to take that as fast as you can without nicking the walls, but I just hate nicking those walls. However, part of getting the feeling and part of getting better is failing. So I'll have to fail a few more times before I get good at it. The tires are warming up nicely. Should start to be able to use more of the normal braking points for this car at this track. Man, you can really brake late in this car. I know I'm not braking as late as I could. I could tell even right there that I was braking too early. So when I went to do my steering, I was oversteering into the corner. Yeah, nice car. Now, right coming up here, I didn't preload the brakes there. Going into that corner, if you preload the brakes, you're going to get that weird idling sound I was talking about. It sounds like the engine is misfiring or that it can't go any faster. But I did quite a few tests, and I didn't find there was an actual difference in performance. It seems to just be an audio glitch. So if you're worried about it, I wouldn't worry about it. And like I mentioned in stage 4 there, I was looking at some feedback from one of the top racers in the game, and he was saying that it doesn't actually matter at all. Oof. Man, I hate clipping that wall. Like, I've also noticed if you're driving in one of the 2019 F1 cars, you're on the Silverstone circuit and you're entering the corner called Stowe. I think I'm saying that correctly. The same thing will happen if you preload the brakes. You start getting this funny sound from the engine, like it starts to skip a cylinder or something. Cylinder misfire. But I don't think it's an actual performance issue because it hasn't really affected my racing there. There we go. Tires are now at 100% and this car is driving like a little monster. Not very fast as far as other cars are concerned, but man, a pleasure to drive this thing. There we go. Alright, forget about that 5th place nonsense and get a nice 1st place finish. And a nice payday. And that uses up my car. Okay, well, still have that instant servicing. Gotta love that. Maneuver? Well, of course we didn't know about this maneuver. Okay, so catch up, get a bunch of tailgating in, and then have him tailgate us for 0 of 10. 10 seconds is kind of weird rather than an actual distance. But that's okay, we've done this kind of thing in the past. Okay, when's it gonna start? Oh, I guess as soon as the drafting kicks in. Just have to watch for that. And drafting won't work if you're at a really low speed. Of course, you gotta get a certain speed. Alright. Now, I don't want to waste a bunch of time, so I gotta back off as I near the braking points, because you'll end up throwing someone into a skid if you push them too hard into the corners. Just double checking what this says. Okay. What I'm not sure about is it says and finish in 4th place. Does that mean I need to make Ahmed finish in 4th place? Or me in 4th place? Or does it matter? Can I shoot way ahead if I want to? Okay, so now I gotta make a pass and get him to follow me for a while. He's pretty fast now. I was complaining about him in stage 4, but he doesn't take these corners well. Bots don't. Bots generally don't take corners very well. So, why it's not working? Oh, maybe we weren't lined up. That must have been it. We must not have been lined up properly, so the drafting wasn't working. Okay, well, now I got to overtake him again. Come on, man, let me pass. We got to get this thing done. Oops, that was a bit messy. I'm trying to get this lined up, and oh, nuts, now I've totally done the pit maneuver on him. Okay, well, now I got to wait for him. Come on, man. Oh, and someone else is getting... Well, this is going to get interesting. Okay, so now I've got Santos, and he's fast. Dealt with him. And now I got another guy. Well, in a Ferrari. All right, now these are faster cars. Awesome. Well, let's take out a Ferrari. Da-dum-dum-dum, and a pit maneuver. Okay, well, now Ahmed's gone. No problem. We know that Ahmed takes these corners horribly. I like to watch and see if they get in a big wreck. Ahmed takes this corner very bad. He brakes way too early. All the bots do. So no trouble. I still got another whole lap to go, and long laps, so 10 seconds is nothing in a long lap like this. Unfortunately, with all this tomfoolery, there's no way I'm going to get much higher than 4th place, I don't think. Okay, Ahmed, you're going to do a horrible job on this corner, aren't you? Yes, you are. Okay, should have lots of time to line up now. Let's see, let's get this to work. There we go. Ooh, look at Ahmed. He's fast now. That's kind of cool. He's doing a good job tailgating. And there we go. Full clock. See you later, Ahmed. I'm not going to wait around for you. And there you can see the difference. He's definitely faster than me because he was tailgating me so close, it's obvious that he had more speed or more power than I do. But just look at how the difference between our driving here. Again, you're full throttle through all of this. Just keep the hammer down. You don't need to brake until you're at the banner at the top of the hill. So there we go. I'm approaching my braking point. And then if I do this correctly, full throttle here, and I did not do it correctly. Man, I hate tagging these walls. I am going to get this yet. You just watch. I'm going to get... Oh, come on. You're going to hit every single wall? Ah, shake this thing off. Just shake off the frustration. You watch. I'll get it right. I'll put up some impressive runs yet. It's all learning. If you want to succeed, you got to fail a lot. And that's the difference between the successful people and the non-successful people, is that a lot of the really successful athletes, they just didn't get deterred by all the failing. You just keep going. Either way, I'm doing what I need to do to get this done. Certainly didn't get any higher than 4th place. I don't even know if I could have. I did spend a lot of time messing around though. Let's just see what the other guys got for times. Oh, wow. Well, Magnus' time was substantially better than mine. I really don't know if I could have caught him. So I'm not going to worry about that. Let's move on. All right, finish first without going off track. Literal? Nah, 1 full second of off track allowed. Okay. I don't plan on using it. Not a difficult track here. Yeah, see, look at Ahmed there. He was gaining on me. Now he's not. And then here we'll see the difference. Now I'm going to be careful because Scott, let's see. No, he's just driving in the middle of the road. And then Burton. So these guys aren't optimizing their race lines. It makes it nice for overtaking. Oops. Sorry, Burton. Didn't mean to hit him. I don't think it said anything about damage. But, of course, if we don't want to get damaged because that's just going to slow down our car. Magnus! Magnus, there you are already. Well, I'm going to have some fun with Magnus. I love doing the pit maneuver on Magnus and frustrating his day. I mean, come on, man, in stage 4, He cursed us and did all sorts of stuff. So it's some payback time. Wow. Can gain on him pretty good. So not too easy to pass him in this section. But I bet you he's not going to brake here. He's not going to brake here. I bet you he's going to brake here. Yep, because that's what a bot's going to do. So that means if you're driving with brake assists, you just were braking there. You don't need to. Whoa, that was a nice pit maneuver. Goodbye, Magnus. Wow, look at that. He really got tangled up. Whoops. Oh, and I guess I did go off track a bit, didn't I? Look at that smashed up windshield. Now, there's a way you can do a pit maneuver in this game where you get no damage. It's a little bit tricky, but I am going to show you how to do that, I think. Yeah, I'll do that yet. I got a few more races to go, and hopefully I get more more chances to tangle with Magnus. I got these, I'm pretty sure those are GT4 cars. They're slow. I got another whole lap to go. And I'm already in first place, and Magnus he's one lame duck way out there. He got pretty injured, so big slam like that. I mean, I don't know what happened to him after I did the pit maneuver. It's possible that he got hit pretty hard. And if you hit bots hard enough, they slow down a lot, especially if they get front damage. And if you recall, I spun him into a full 180, so if there was another bot coming, it would have smashed him right in the front. I like spinning guys in a full 180, because then they've got to completely turn around, and I get a massive gain on them. Okay, here we are approaching this section. Now I'm damaged, so that means that I lost top speed, I lost acceleration, I lost brakes, and I lost grip. However, this is a great car, so let's see how well I can handle this uphill section. In some cars, when you get damaged, they really step out easy. He's going to be perfectly in the way. Oops! I didn't actually want to hit him. I just didn't expect him to be taking such a weird race line. These guys race weird. Oh well. Alright. Am I going to finish with a 1 kilometer lead? I might. I'll go way over a kilometer lead here coming down this. Yep, there we go, over a kilometer now. In Canada, we use both the metric and the imperial system. We switched over to metric, but then our American friends stayed imperial, and that's our main trading partners. So here in Canada, we have to know both. Go to the hardware store and we buy 2x4s and 4x8 sheets of plywood, but then we also have to know metric. So that works great. We can be in any country pretty much. There we go. It's a fun little stage. Man, I trounced him. Of course, I did some pretty severe damage to that Magnus. Magnificent, wasn't it? There we go. Alright, defend first place. Sometimes that means you can't get past, but I'm going to find out here. Without damaging your car. Okay, so this should be a great chance for me to show you how to do a pit maneuver without getting damaged. That is, unless it fails me the second I let Magnus pass me. Step 1 in doing a pit maneuver without getting damaged is you cannot be using an auto accelerator. So no tilt A, nothing that has your gas on all the time. You got to use tilt B or tilt C. Okay, so then you're going to line up the pit. So you want to have your front bumper right next to him. And you want to be really close to him, slowly apply pressure, and then lift off the gas. Man, that was violent. And then Ahmed passed him. Look at that gain. I'm going to be doing that again, I'm sure, later on here. So I'll run through it. You can't see what I'm doing now, but step 1, you want to be really close to him so you're not bashing him with your car. You want to be lightly pressing. You want to be pressing into him. So you want to get next to him and then shove him over. You want to wait till he's almost passing you so that it's easier to spin him. And just right when you're going to turn, get off the accelerator and turn him, and then as soon as he's out of your way, get out of there, hit the gas. If you do that without lifting, you'll notice that as he's at 90 degrees or perpendicular to you, right about at that point as he's going across your front end, you'll hear this lovely cracking sound. That's the sound of your windshield breaking. That's the sound of you failing this stage. At that point, you have damage. if you're careful with this, you can do the pit maneuver on several cars in one race and not have it count as damage. So it's kind of a neat trick. Not that I had to do it in this race. I mean, it didn't say I had to do that. It just said I had to defend first place. But as you know, I've got this ongoing rivalry with Magnus. Oh, look at that. Am I going to make it through here nicely? That's looking a lot better. I told you I'd start to get the hang of this. It just takes some time. Now I could slow down a lot and have no trouble not hitting the walls, but that's not as fun. I like to whip through there, just going as fast as I can. It's one of my favorite sections in the game, and in weekly time trial tournaments, that's where a lot of the top guys are beating other people, is they're not afraid to risk a run for that uphill section, and they get so close to the corners. In fact, some of those corners actually dip down. So as you go into the corners, you gain speed because you're getting a little bit of a downhill push going through those corners or driving downhill. I've tested that and it's actually amazing. The closer you get to some of those corners, the better. Now, wow, look how much I'm getting ahead of Ahmed. And Magnus, he could not recover. I'm very curious to see where Magnus finishes this race. Does he finish third or does he finish further back? If he finishes further back, then that damage I did to him was monstrous. When I turned him, he went into the wall pretty bad. Oops, I clipped a wall. Don't want to clip walls too hard here or you're going to fail the stage. When I did the pit maneuver on Magnus, he went head on into the sidewall and then bounced off pretty violently. And it's possible that he and Ahmed had a nasty wreck. I didn't quite catch it when I was looking in the rearview mirror there, so it'd be interesting to see. There we go, and that's some fun driving. There we go. Oh, beautiful. I like that. That's nice. Didn't quite optimize that corner, but still. Starting to feel good. Feeling like I got the hang of it. Got the flow of this car. One thing I love about this game is that each car does handle a little bit differently. Even if you have all GT4 cars like I do. I have every single car there is in this game. So even cars that are quite similar, like GT4 cars, NASCAR, supercars, they all are a little bit different. Lots of people asking me about NASCARs and supercars. I have them all because I was playing the game when they were first introduced. Licensing expired, so you can't have them anymore. We'll just have to see what happens in the future. And let's see, where is Magnus? Where did he finish? Oh, so he was not too far back. I didn't hurt him as bad as I thought. Well, that's good, because he has another race to go yet. The last race. This will settle it all. Okay, so I guess this is about us helping Ahmed. Wow, finishing second. Okay, well, at least I get to have some fun with Magnus. I don't like finishing second. But, so right now I'm in first place. And I need to deal with Magnus. Now, you could just do some aggressive blocking and Ahmed would eventually pass, but where's the fun in that? So let's let Magnus catch up a bit, but we want to be going fast because we want to really damage Magnus. Well, I do, anyways. So I'm going to repeat this. Let him get beside me, watch my gas, off the gas, spin, back on. Okay, let's look in the rearview mirror. Oh no, I got a big crash. Come on, Ahmed, get here, I'll help you. Ahmed definitely has suffered from that. Looked like he T-boned Magnus. Ah, poor Magnus. I did the pit maneuver on him and then Ahmed T-boned him. Oop. Okay, well, what I want to do... Who was that? I didn't quite... Did that say Burton? Huh. Okay. I want to catch up to Ahmed. And I want to shove him, and because there's a couple of laps to go yet, so let's finish this fast. So I'm going to catch up to him. Now, I got to be careful. You know, if you're a NASCAR fan, you know about bump drafting. So in this game, though, when I've been doing bump drafting, too much bump drafting, and you crack your windshield, and then you're done. You fail. So I don't want to do that. Oh, we got a bunch of traffic. Wow, I'd love to push Ahmed and help him get around these guys. Sometimes these guys are not very aggressive. The problem with pushing this aggressively is if I get beside Ahmed, I could accidentally do the pit maneuver. Come on, Ahmed, get through this. I might have to help you. Might have to deal with some of these bots. Get him out of the way. Okay, if you're keeping count, that is the second pit maneuver I've done in this race, and I didn't fail. Oh, this is nasty. Come on, let's clear the stage a bit. Can I do the pit maneuver on you? I didn't get it quite right. Sometimes you get really grippy cars, and they're actually harder to do the pit maneuver on. Okay, well, what I can do is I can shove you out of the way. Slowly shove you over. Come on, Ahmed. Drive it like you own it, man. This guy a little tap. Woo. Bye-bye. Oh, here comes Magnus. Well, if he catches up too much. Now look at this. What's Ahmed doing? Why does he lose it on that corner? It's not that hard of a corner. Oh, come on. Why is Magnus catching up so fast? Ahmed, you're driving slow, man. Okay, I'm going to have to deal with Magnus again. So, if you're keeping score, I did 2 pit maneuvers and 1 failed attempt, but it did involve some minor contact. And let's see, taking a look at this. Oh yeah, we got this whole section to go through yet. Surely Magnus is going to gain. Okay, well, then I'll wait till the downhill section, and he will regret trying to pass me. Yep, let's set it up. There he is. I'm more comfortable with him being on my left, but I can do this from both sides. Get a lot of speed going, a little bit of, let him catch up. Okay, there we go. Start turning, left off the gas, get out of the way. Beautiful, totally spun him around. Not going to see him again. Burton! That was Burton a while ago. Okay, now, where is Ahmed? There he is. Let's catch up to Ahmed. Give him a little more of a push. GT4 Camaro. Burton's getting around these guys pretty fast too, I think. Okay, Ahmed. I'm going to give you a push. I want you to get through this. Said I'm supposed to help him, so let's do some bump drafting. Bump, bump. I better not switch views too much. Just because in the middle of switching views, I could accidentally get beside him and pit. And he was skidding again. I don't know, Ahmed. I don't really think you're ready. This is supposed to be you going pro, and you can't handle these corners very good. I don't know that you're ready. I think I'm ready. I don't think you're ready, but oh well. It's the storyline, I guess. Like, come on, man. Why aren't you passing that guy? I do like the setup here. We got some... It's kind of nice having some slow cars and some fast cars you've got to contend with traffic-wise. That's kind of neat. I don't see Burton gaining. Alright, so if you're keeping score... Oh, Burton. Well, I might have to play with Burton yet. If you're keeping score... We got 3 pit maneuvers, 3 successful pit maneuvers, and 1 failed attempt. Okay, hello, Burton. You are going to see what it's like to drive backwards. That's a nice McLaren you're driving there, Burton. Oh, aha, he doesn't want me to do the pit maneuver. Can you believe that? He would rather drive in the grass than deal with me. I think Magnus was communicating with Burton about me. By the way, do you know that Magnus and I did a video together? At this exact track, actually. We did an endurance video together, and he was very difficult to deal with. I'm trying to catch up to Ahmed, but I'm not going to do it. Anyways, I'm going to throw up a link to that video at the end of this. You wouldn't believe how rude he was in that video. I brought him to life. He joined me in some of the teaching on endurance racing at Mount Panorama, but we had some pretty big creative differences. So there you go. That has been my journey in earning the Porsche 911 GT3R at race day at Mount Panorama. Let's take a look at the parting drama. Is Magnus going to get in a final dig? No, he's going to act nice and civil. Well, isn't that unusual? Thank you, Magnus. I enjoyed this event. Thank you, Real Racing Crew. And here's some more videos that I hope you guys enjoy. Thank you for joining me.